Hello everyone and happy 29th birthday to me. What the hell? Oh, that's a bit disappointing. My little party favour doesn't work. Ruined my birthday already. I think this hat's made for a child as well. It's cutting off the circulation. Can't even see the whole thing. Look at it. Cost me like £1. Yes, but since it's a very special age to get to, 29, I thought I would make myself a birthday cake. And this is YouTube, this is the internet. You can't just make yourself a birthday cake and that be the video, because that's boring. Far too boring. So today I thought I would challenge myself to make a birthday cake without a recipe. And I know this is quite a popular idea on YouTube, and I thought it was quite fun. I feel like I know how to make a cake. Oh no, it's getting worse. Do I know how to make a cake? It's just slop. I don't know, it could go really bad. It'll probably just go really bad. But I'm going to try my best. I think I know what I'm doing. I've got 29 years under my belt. This should be a piece of cake. Oh, cake. I didn't even mean to make a pun there. Oh, that was hilarious. I wasn't even trying. So funny. Okay, so I think a cake is mainly 3 ingredients, isn't it? It's egg, butter, and flour. I'm sure they're the 3 core ingredients, and I haven't cheated. I 100% haven't looked any of this up, but I think that's right. I was thinking milk was 1 ingredient. Like maybe it was milk, eggs, flour. What was the other thing I said? Sugar. But I don't think you put milk in a cake. You might put that in bread. I don't know, but I decided not to use milk. So I think I'll start off with dry ingredients. I think that's what professionals do. And I'm just using some gluten-free self-raising white flour because I can't eat gluten. And by the way, if you're watching this and you think gluten-free food is a healthy food, that's not correct. Gluten-free just means it doesn't have the gluten in. People mistake it for like a diet food. Gluten-free just means it's taking the allergen out. I hear it so many times and it's a mistake and it annoys us. Anyway, having a little rant already. It's because I'm getting old. I am going to be using measurements. So if you want to make this cake at home, then try and remember what I'm doing. Okay, and because I want this cake to be really nice, I bought a sieve because I think you're supposed to sieve flour when you put it in a cake. But I'm gonna go for 3 cups. Should I go for 3 cups of flour? I'll do 2 first and then see how that looks. Doesn't look like a lot, does it? I'll go for a 1/3 just in case. I'd rather have too much cake mixture than not enough. Okay, lovely. Right, that's the flour done. Now, I want sugar. I actually nearly forgot to buy sugar for this, and I nearly forgot that cake had sugar in, but it does, doesn't it? Because well, it's supposed to taste sweet. Do you think a cup of sugar, or is that too much? I'll do a cup. A cup sounds right. A lot of sugar. And then I also bought some baking powder because I think cake has this stuff in it. I'm not sure what baking powder is really. I think it's a scam. I think they just tell you to put it in stuff so they can sell baking powder. But I don't think I want a lot in. I'm gonna put half a teaspoon. No, I'm gonna put half a tablespoon in. There. Let's mix that up first. Okay, and then I've got some unsalted butter. Before I put butter in here, I know I need to grease my pan, because otherwise the cake won't come out. And I'm going to do that now before I forget, because I know I will forget. Make it all nice and slippery. Back to my mixture. I think I'll put half a stick of butter in. I think that'll be enough. Do you think that was too much? It's in there now anyway. Can't do a lot about it. And now we need eggs. And I reckon 2 eggs. Yeah, 2 eggs seems about right. Oh, got a bit of shell in. Ah, this is looking like a cake. Right, now what do I do? Shall I blend this up and then add some more stuff? I think that makes sense. Okay, and I don't have a fancy stand mixer or anything, so I'm just going to be using one of these. I think that'll be fine. This is what they did in the olden days. Oh, chill. Oh. Mix it round a bit. I feel like I should have warmed that butter up a bit. Shall I just use my hands? I'm just going to use my hands because I don't think that's going to work very well because that butter's cold. It's such a mess. This will be easier. Ah, yeah. I feel like this is too dry. I'm sure you're allowed to add water. Shall I add another egg? Oh, it smells nice. I'll add 1 more egg, see if that helps. Yeah. It's all over my hand. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna go wash my hands because they feel horrible. And then I'm gonna figure out what I'm doing because I don't think I'm doing anything right. Okay, so this mixture is far too dry and I was gonna add some water, but then I realised I've got simple syrup and people add this to cakes to stop them drying out. That's what I've seen on TV, so I'm gonna add like a splash of this and that might make it a little more moist. Just like a drizzle. Yeah, that'll be enough. And I'm gonna get my whisk again and I'm gonna whisk this. You know what, I'm gonna add another egg to that because I don't know what to do with it. I think cake batter is supposed to be like liquid, isn't it? It's not supposed to be dry and clumpy. That's not right. I know it's not right. But it's okay. I'm just gonna add a splash of water just to try and do something with this. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's turning into a cake batter now. I just need to add a bit of water. I feel like I'm back on track now. But I've got a few more things to add. So, obviously that cake's just going to be plain. So I did buy some cocoa powder. And I'm going to add this into here to make it a chocolate cake. And I just want 1/3 of a cup. And I know people were probably expecting us to make a Terry's chocolate orange cake, but I'm not going to. There's another chocolate that I absolutely love, and it's a Bounty, which is obviously coconut. So I thought I would make myself a chocolate coconut cake. I think that'll be nice. So I bought some desiccated coconut, and I'm just gonna add some of this in too. So I'll add 1 cup. Do you think that's enough? I'll add 1.5 cups of coconut. I'm just gonna add a splash more water, because I think that's gonna be too dry. Right, and I'll blend all that up again. Definitely needs a bit more water. And I'm just going to add a bit more of the simple syrup as well. I think that'll be fine. Okay, I think that looks quite nice. And it looks like a batter. I'm just going to have a quick taste to see what it obviously tastes like. It's dry. How is it dry? I've added so much like liquidy things into there. I don't feel like it's blended properly. It feels powdery. I don't know how. I'll whisk it some more, see if that helps. You know what, I'm gonna add a little bit more simple syrup in. Right, let's just have a try of that. I don't know, I don't really know what I'm looking for. It doesn't taste too sweet. I feel like it needs more sugar. I'm gonna put another cup of sugar in. I think that's what's wrong with it. Blend that up again, I will get there. Okay, this should be finally done. Well, it's a lot sweeter now. It's very sweet now. The thing is, it's quite a lumpy mixture. There's like a lot of like unblended sugar and flour in there. I can feel it in my mouth. And I don't know how to get rid of that. Does it just disappear when you bake it? I assume it does. It's gonna have to, because otherwise I don't know what else to do really. I can't turn it any more liquidy. It's already very liquidy. I think it'll do. I think it's gonna taste good. I just want to pour this into my pan. I don't want too much in. You know what, I think I made just the right amount of mixture. Yeah, because you don't want to fill your pan all the way to the top, do you? Because it takes forever to cook. I'm pretty pleased with that. I think it's going to turn out quite nice. I'm going to pop this in the oven. I think it's going to take about half an hour to cook, and I'll meet you back here once it is cooked and we can move on to the decorating, because I'm not done there. I'm pulling out all the stops. I hope this tastes good. Okay, so my cake's out the oven. I'm just letting it cool down for a bit, and it actually took about 40 minutes to cook. It took so long. I don't think cakes are supposed to take that long to cook, so I'm a bit worried about how it tastes, but that might be the norm. I don't know. But anyway, while that's cooling, I thought I would make some buttercream, and I feel like I've made a mistake because I bought some icing sugar, and I'm pretty sure buttercream is just butter and icing sugar. However, I've bought royal icing sugar, and it says for a traditional hard finish. And I don't think that's the right one. This is obviously for royal icing, so I don't know whether this will work for buttercream. I'm gonna try it. I've got no other icing sugar, and I'm not going to the shops again, so it's just gonna have to work. We'll go for about that much for now, and then I'll use the rest of this butter I've got. This butter hasn't even gone soft yet. It's been sat out for ages. What's it made out of? Okay, and then we just mix this together. That doesn't look right. I've got butter all over it. That doesn't look right at all. Oh, there's powdered sugar everywhere. I don't know whether I'm supposed to do this, but I'm just going to add a bit of water just to try and turn this into more of a liquid. Alright, that's getting there. Might just add a bit more water. Don't know whether this is even going to taste sweet. Oh, it actually tastes quite nice. I'm surprised. I just want it a bit runnier. The water didn't really mix with it. I think because obviously water and butter, they just repel each other, don't they? Well, it doesn't matter. I'll go get my cake. Okay, so this is what my cake looks like, and it looks like a cake. It smells really nice, actually. I'm quite surprised. So it's looking very promising. I do have a feeling it's going to be dry. Oh, it looks really dry. I've got a bit of a soggy bottom going on. It's somehow a bit raw on the bottom, but a little bit burnt on the sides. That's alright. The thing is, the two textures will marry quite nicely with each other. So a bit of the dry burnt with a bit of the undercooked. It'll create a nice moist cake, I hope. Right, so I'm going to decorate this with my... I don't even know whether I can call this buttercream. It just looks like curdled butter. Yum, yum, yum. It literally just looks like butter. I've done something wrong here, I know I have. It might actually look better on camera, but in person... it doesn't look good. Thing is, because it's wet, it might like soak into the cake a bit and moisten it up. Alright, well, it doesn't look that nice, does it? It doesn't even look like buttercream. It literally looks like I've put melted butter on my cake. Oh, you know what I might do though? I'm gonna sprinkle some of this coconut over the top, and then I've just thought this will hide a multitude of sins. I'll just sprinkle it with icing sugar. That's what all the cake bakers do, don't they? Oops. There, just hide everything. And I think I'm done. I lit the 2 before the 9 and the 2 went out, so I just had the 9 as a sparkler. Oh, what a depressing little show. But there's a bit of an up close at it. That's what it looks like. Right, anyway, let's give this a taste. Take my sparklers out. That was fun. All the top of it's melting off it too. See what it tastes like. See if all this hard work's paid off. It cuts well. It cuts nice, like a cake. Oh, it's still really warm in the middle. Still piping hot in the middle, actually. I just have to cool it down a bit. Let's have a taste test. Happy birthday to me. It's somehow dry and moist at the same time, but also chewy. It's a very chewy cake. I don't know how it's gone chewy. What have I put in it to make it go chewy for? It tastes nice. It tastes like cake. It doesn't taste like chocolate. It doesn't taste like coconut. It literally just tastes like a sponge cake. It's not bad. It tastes better than it looks. It looks dreadful. I think it would have been nice with maybe some, like, I don't know, maybe something in the middle, like a jam. It's dense. That's the correct term. That's the cake terminology for it. It's a very dense cake. But I'm not mad at it, and I quite like it while it's warm. So I don't have to heat my cake up, it's already heated itself up. I think I'm gonna call that a success. Definitely think I'm gonna call that a success. I've made an edible birthday cake. And I haven't followed a recipe. You have to keep that in mind. There's been no recipe here. This is all just kind of intuition and hoping for the best. Yeah. I think that's very symbolic of the year I've had. But that just about does it for today's birthday treat. Thank you very much for joining me for my birthday. You're more than welcome to wish me a 29th happy birthday in the comments below. And let me know what you thought of my cake. I'm sure there'll be some expert bakers out there who can tell us not necessarily what's gone wrong, but what just needs a little bit of a tweak. I think that's the correct way to put it. But I'm just happy I've made a cake that I can actually eat. It's definitely edible and it tastes okay. But if you did enjoy today's video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you next week for a brand new video.